How's it guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back with some more testing this week. I'll be testing the Vittoria Terreno Dry 47C gravel tires. If you like this channel and this content, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe and share. So let's see what these can do. Let's compare them with the 50C that I've tested last week and the 40Cs previously. Let's give them a go. So I'm out on another run with the 47C tires, and this time with the Giant Revolt flip switch set to the shorter wheelbase. The shorter wheelbase is 1031 millimeters, which is the standard setting on the medium large, which allows up to 45C tires, and the longer wheelbase is 1041 millimeters, which is added of 10 millimeters, up to 53C tires allowed. So I must say, on the first run I still had them on the longer setting coming back from the 50C tyre test, and I must say I can feel a difference, and now these tyres are made, or let's say that they can do the job. Giant claims that the short setting will make the bike more agile, the geometry will be a bit more aggressive, more of a race geometry, and the longer setting would be more for endurance and better handling on loose descents and climbs. Where I feel on the longer setting, even with the 50C tire, it was still pretty loose and sluggish, hence the endurance version. And on the shorter wheelbase now, this feels great, and I can surely put these tires to the test. I'm still running them at the manufacturer's recommended tire pressure, which is 2.5 bar. That's roughly 35 psi. I've got them at 2.6 bar in the back and 2.4 in the front. So let's do a few more test runs and see how it goes. So I'm back in the workshop after two decent test runs with the Vittoria Terreno Dry 47C tires. As I said earlier, I went with the manufacturer's guideline on tire pressures, and their maximum is 4.5 bar and the minimum 2.5 bar. And I decided to run them at 2.6 bar at the rear and 2.4 bar in the front, and I felt that to be optimal. In my previous video, I tested the Vredestein 50C, and I had them at the similar pressures, and the guidelines were pretty much similar, and they were a lot bumpier. Once again, these are all my own opinions and the way that I've tested them. I do think that most of these tires, from a 35C to a 40 that I have tested, are pretty much bumpy on the corrugations that we are riding, and going larger, wider is not necessarily going to make it a lot softer. I do think you'll need a suspension for that. On the other hand, changing the flip chip on the Giant Revolt to the shorter position, making the wheelbase shorter as described earlier, I do think that that is the way to go, to have the maximum tire on this bike with the shorter position. It's definitely a lot more aggressive, it accelerates much better, handles 10 times better, and just feels like you are really moving forward. So overall, I do like these tires. They're really not bad at all, but these are not really that slow. And for me, there's really one question to ask. Do you want speed, or do you really want, I wouldn't say comfort, but do you want a bigger tire that you can literally just ride over anything, but you will not make the ride softer? So for me personally, I would go for speed, and sometimes the risk would be worth it. I must say that this is my own opinion. I've tested them on the similar roads. Once again, in South Africa, we have a lot of rocks and quite heavy corrugations, especially in the Northwest Province and Free State where I live. So to sum it all up, these Vittorias are rolling quite well for 47C tyre. On a 19mm width rim that I currently have, these measure to 46, 45 sometimes, and very close to the 47. And I must say that the treads on the center of the tyre do help for rolling, and the knobs on the sides do help for gripping in cornering. I could definitely feel on a few corners that they were doing their job, and must say that in overall I think they are pretty nice tyres. Really up top there with the other brands, I think, and not a bad tyre at all. And I do think you can go faster, and there are faster tyres out there, but these are quite sturdy, and we'll have to see how they go on with some racing. If you like this channel and this content, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I'll catch you on the next one.